It's a crisis down at the Blues. Again. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show! I am your host, Andrew Illy, and this is the Bowl of Truth. Things are starting to make me sick. Thank you very much for joining me. Wherever you are around the world. Wherever you are, you silly motherfuckers. Ooh, this is going to be tough to talk about this one, man. My word. Welcome to the show, everyone. I'm your host, Andrew Illy. I'm uploading this on a Wednesday night, which I never do. I missed out on Monday footy fit, so I apologise to everyone. I know you guys have probably been waiting for this one. And I've gathered all the information that I can possibly get off the top of my head and done some research into this one. And things are not looking good, man. I've got to be honest with you guys. It's not looking good for the Blues and Jack Silvani. And in the thumbnail, as you guys see, I said, is Jack going to pull a Hogan? And for you wrestling fans out there, you'll know exactly what I mean. Hulk Hogan was the biggest babyface hero of all time in the wrestling world and entertainment world. And no one would have ever thought it was possible for him to turn heel, turn to the bad side, to the enemy. And he did. And that's exactly what this feels like, man. Feels like a Jack Silvani heel turn is on the horizon. But before we get into that, man, I, like many of you guys, have been feeling burnt out about this footy season, and Carlton in particular, and many fans have completely checked out. They're not even watching the games anymore. Seriously, I've seen tweets and everything on social media saying, F this team, we're not going to watch another minute of this, I'm not re-signing my membership, and blah, blah, I'm throwing my membership out. The works, man, and you know what? Each to their own. That's the effect this season has had on people. But look, I'm still here, guys. And you guys still are watching me. So, hey, it's got to count for something. But, man, yeah. This season's cooked. The team is cooked. And it's been cooked all season. And we are scraping with our fingernails to get to that finish line, man. It's just... It feels so slow at the moment. And we're just waiting for this season to be done. And, you know, after last Thursday, Doherty's last game, I didn't reflect too much on that game. I said what I said on the review, and I'll stick by it. And it is what it is. But I do know what this team is, and you guys know what this team is. And we've figured this one out early on in the season. It's a team who are mentally traumatized, and not just this season, it goes far beyond that. And they gave up this season months and months ago. They've completely checked out. And I'm exhausted. I'm tired of all the bullshit. Seriously, man. But with Carlton and our team, it just does not fucking stop. Every day, there's a new story and something new. So... Anyway, I tried over the weekend to watch some other games, and I was just thinking to myself how unbalanced this season feels. Like the top 8 and the bottom 10. There's such a massive gap, man. And it's become boring and predictable this season. Like only Bulldogs can really make it that are outside the 8. So, yeah, I'm kind of over it. Footy in general, man. I just want finals to hurry up so I can be entertained by some footy. I was thinking all that till the Melbourne St Kilda game on Sunday. My goodness. Oh my goodness, what a comeback by the Saints. The biggest, greatest comeback at three-quarter time ever They were 46 points down, the Saints, against Melbourne. And I've got to be honest with you guys, I had to go back and watch it because all my St Kilda mates in my group chat were getting trolled at three-quarter time saying, how could you get smashed to Melbourne by 46 points? And they're screenshotting the score. Anyway, I thought nothing of it. I continued doing what I was doing. I can't even remember what I was doing. And then one of the boys have reached out into the group chat, said, is anyone watching this game right now? And I'm like, that sounds like it's close. I'm gathering that. So I look at the score and I'm like, holy mother of God. What is going on? So I flicked it on, man, and I've watched the last couple of minutes. Oh, I mean, the rest you guys know. It was unbelievable. Crowd was going nuts. St Kilda supporters losing it. And my God, you wouldn't want to be a Melbourne supporter, man. And you know what? We accomplished something as Blues fans. We no longer have the most embarrassing loss of the season. Melbourne do. And that's why, hey, that's why you guys are getting the trash. Oh, poor old Melbourne, man. Gotta hang shit when we can, because it's been like that for the Blues all season, so there you go. But yeah, man, like I said, we accomplished something this season. I don't think we have the most embarrassing loss this year, which was round 1 against Richmond. It was probably the most ridiculous loss, but that was 46 points up at three-quarter time, man. 46 points. How? That is crazy. Crazy. But man, I'm only going to make fun of him a little bit because seriously, that round 1 against Richmond has completely cooked our season. And yeah, it was very, very embarrassing and shameful, that performance, because we're 41 points up in the second quarter. So there you go. Melbourne have outdone it. Incredible by the Saints. Wanganeen Miller is an absolute star. What a bloody impressive performance by one of the best players in the league, in my opinion. I don't know if you guys think that. I easily think he's top 5 right now. But how St Kilda haven't signed him yet, I don't know, but I'm assuming they will after that. Oh my. And they'll probably get TDK too. And TDK, for me, he checked out a while ago, and his body language, I'm looking at it, and I'm just like, yeah, he's thinking of that money and gone to the Saints as well. I'm very convinced he's going. But aside from that ridiculous comeback, there wasn't much going on, man. I watched Happy Gilmore too on the weekend, and I laughed my fucking ass off, man. I don't know about you guys, but look, obviously it was never going to beat the original, and if you haven't seen it, don't go in it. Don't go watching it expecting that, and have that mindset, because it's obviously nothing's going to be better than Happy Gilmore 1. I won't spoil anything for you guys because probably you haven't seen it. If you're a fan of the first one, I definitely recommend watching it because I'm a huge fan of the first one. If you haven't watched the first one, oh my God, you're missing out. Go watch it. It's hilarious. One of my favorite Adam Sandler movies of all time, man. But the nostalgia of this second movie, it was as if I had stepped foot into an old Pizza Hut restaurant, man. Seriously. Do you guys remember how fucking good Pizza Hut was back in the day when you could actually go in to the restaurant, and as soon as you open that massive door, just the smell of pizza just woofs in your face like an Ange Christou kick. But yeah, man, that's that all-you-can-eat buffet and the ice cream machines. Oh my. As a kid, I loved it. Fuck, I love pizza, man. But yeah, that's Happy Gilmore. I enjoyed it. It's an easy watch, mindless. You just sit on the couch and just enjoy, man. And there was some great cameos by a lot of famous people. And I picked up on so many throwbacks to the first one, man. I was cracking up. Seriously. I thought it was awesome. So if you're a fan of the first one, go watch it. Don't expect it to be great. Look, the second half of it was cheesy and they rushed it. But, you know, you expect a sequel that many years later, man. But look, there were a few disappointments. Some characters, Shooter McGavin, thought they could have done more with him. But yeah, I really think that they should have probably done a TV series for this one. They had potential to expand the Happy Gilmore universe, but they didn't go there. They just made a movie. But look, man, it was enjoyable, mindless, easy to watch, good for laughs. Go watch it. Back to the footy. like I said, this has been a never-ending saga with Carlton this season. It's a new story every bloody week, every bloody day. Rumours, fake news, pointless news. No matter what, it's all centralised around our team. And now the biggest story of them all is Jack Silvagni to Collingwood. And that news is everywhere. And I can't even believe we're discussing this possibility of him going to Collingwood, and it is very fucking strong. Collingwood have offered a deal to Jack Silvagni, who's out of contract at the end of the season, or he's an unrestricted free agent. And he met with Craig McRae apparently a week ago. So it's happening, guys. Those conversations have happened. And it got me thinking. And I'm like, are things that bad at Carlton that Jack Silvagni, third generation superstar, son of Stephen Silvani, the great man who probably hates our club now because we got rid of him as our list manager, and I think that's got a lot to do with this. Is he considering a move to his arch rival, the enemy Collingwood? And the answer is yes, he is considering it. And in many fans' eyes, this would be the ultimate betrayal, the biggest heel turn in footy, I reckon. The ultimate heel turn in footy. And look, he was born into Carlton through his family's living out his boyhood dream, playing for his dad's club and his grandfather's club. Is our club, Carlton, going to allow this to happen? Is the Silvani name going to be tarnished and a legacy ruined by joining the enemy? There's so many questions, man. Does Jack even want this move? Is he just sussing out his options? Is it a ploy, to ruffle a few feathers and so he gets a better deal from Carlton? Or maybe potentially a third club, a third party, maybe who knows? Anyone could use a Jack Silvagni. Is it a money thing? Is it a football thing? I don't know. I know he's best mates with Dan Houston, who did want to come to the Blues, but that fell through. That's another story in itself. Like I said, so many questions, and I think Graham Wright, when he takes over, I think we might get a bit more clarity on it, and he's apparently had conversations with Jack already. They're happening as we speak. But yeah, man, this one, it's hard to sink in because I love Jack Silvagni. I think he's proved himself as a forward and a defender, and more this season as a defender. He took the risk, and it was his idea, and he's absolutely killed it back there with Weeders and Haynes. He's versatile. He can even fill in the ruck, which he did a couple of seasons ago if his duties are needed there. But man, more importantly, Jack Silvagni, he plays for the badge right there. He plays with heart. And that is hard to find, honestly. I'm afraid that somewhere along the line this season, something has happened for him to change his mind. And yeah, man, like I said, he plays with heart. He isn't afraid to put his body on the line, gives 100% effort every week, competes very hard, strong in the contest. This is what you want, man. And we need more players like that. Loves to get stuck into the opposition, wants to win, and those are fighting qualities and characteristics, and that's exactly what this team needs. And it's so hard to find in a player, and I think we really need to try and keep him at the Blues. One thing I did think about is when Sam Docherty, in his address to the club for his retirement, mentioned sarcastically Jack Silvagni's positive attitude, meaning he's very negative. Well, it suggests he's negative. That's all I gathered from it. Is he negative about the team? Is he negative when we lose? Is he a moan and groaner, always sobbing in the back? Or is it just because he has higher expectations? You would hope that, but is that attitude popular amongst the playing group? Do his teammates enjoy playing with him? Do they like him? I would love to think so, but it just gets me questioning everything. But when Docherty mentioned that, I was like, that's a bit strange. And then this news came out, and I don't know, man. Something's off. Something's really fucking off. And hopefully in a few weeks we'll know some more. But this would be a disaster, a catastrophe for our club to lose one of our own and join Collingwood, our enemy. arch rivals, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it might reignite the feud, seriously. Because the Carlton Collingwood games have felt lifeless lately. Now we have to talk about the other players who are unrestricted and restricted free agents and the boys who are out of contract at the end of this year. And we spoke about these guys like months ago. I did a little segment on it, but a lot's changed in my mind, man. And I'll give you guys my predictions on if they stay or go, and I'll give you my opinion if I want them to stay or go. So the unrestricted free agents, Francis Evans, Orazio Fantasia, Nick Haynes, Jack Silvani. They're the 4 unrestricted free agents. So, Francis Evans. We are lacking small forwards. Do we keep him for another year? Look, I'm going to go by their last performance. And I loved his last performance, and it was very unfortunate to cop what he did by Stephen May. Judging on that performance, I think he's got something there, and he can add something to this side. I think he's been hard done by pretty much all year. And like I said, we need small forwards. Orazio Fantasia, although injury prone, is probably one of our better kicks in this side. So that's a tough one. Nick Haynes, 100% keep. I would sign him one more year. He looks great. I mean, his last 2 weeks haven't been the best, but that's because it's just the season that we're under. Like, he's been great all season except for round 1 in the last 2 weeks. And then there's obviously Jack Silvagni who I want to keep. So Francis Evans, do we give him another crack? Look, if it's harmless money for our club, I say yes, because we need small forwards. Orazio Fantasia is the same, although injury prone. Does the club want to risk that again? We got rid of Jack Martin and Marchbank and all these guys that were injury prone, Cunningham. I don't know, but I think I'm leaning towards keeping both of those boys, and all 4 of these guys, actually. Francis Evans, Orazio Fantasia, Nick Haynes, and Silvani. Now, you guys might think differently, and that's 100% fine. That's how I feel right now towards those 4. You got Tom De Koning. Gotta go. We need to get picks or a strong midfielder for this one. We're going to get something out of it. So I say, look, it's a big money offer that he's getting. He looks like he wants to go. He's kind of checked out. Gone. The other boys, senior boys, are Nick Newman, who's already signed, so that's cool. He's secured for next year. Will White, I 100% want to keep. I think he's shown enough for me. Brody Kemp, he's obviously coming off a torn Achilles next year. Do we take that risk and bring him on board? Will he be the same? That's a question that the club has to answer. I think Kemp is very valuable. And look, he can play forward, he's shown it. He can play back, he's shown it. If Jack Silvani goes, I think they're keeping Kemp. If Jack Silvani stays, I'm afraid they might get rid of him. That's how I feel. I want to keep Kemp. I love him. I reckon he's awesome. And I hope they keep him. But that's my prediction there. Mitch McGovern, look, I think he'll stay. Another injury-prone player. Hasn't had a great season. It all depends money-wise if we keep him or not. I think he's going to have to take a pay cut and maybe a lesser contract. But, yeah, I think the club will keep him. Jesse Motlop, I'm not convinced, man. I'm not. I hope he proves me wrong. And look, if he stays, I hope he kills it. I want to support these guys. From what I've seen, though, I am not convinced. I don't think he's had a good season. If we need to make room, I'll drop him, delist him. But that's just my opinion, man. I know he's young and he will get better. But my patience is running out. Chincotta was the other one. Alex Chincotta. I love Chincotta. And I hope there's a place for him there. I'd keep him. But I don't know what the club's going to do. He's had his injuries troubles as well. Look, let's see what happens. But I think he is valuable to this side. And another player who puts in 100% effort as well. So there you go, man. They're the ones that are up for grabs pretty much at the end of the season. I don't know what's going to happen. You guys, please let me know what you think in the comments. I would love to know. You might disagree with everything I just said. This is just my opinion, man, from what I've seen lately. Small forwards are lacking. We need to keep some of them. So, and yeah, the Kemp one is very interesting because he's coming off that major injury. But I see a lot of value in Kemp, and I would love him to stay. Let's see what happens, man. Guys, I'll be going live again on Sunday for the Carlton Fremantle game. My prediction for this one, early one, man, is we're probably going to get pumped. Traveling there, especially when these guys have zero motivation, and they showed that against Hawks in the first quarter. I can't see this going any other way. I'm sorry to say. I think Freo, they're cooking at the moment. They're doing really well. And, you know, they want to secure their final spot and at home in front of their fans. Even though we've got the wood over them in the last few years, I think this one, they're going to come out firing and punish us. It's going to be interesting to see who comes in for Doc. I'm praying we see some new faces. I don't know who's going to get dropped. I'll drop a preview probably Friday if I get a chance, because the teams will come out. Once the teams come out, I'll do a mini preview. Hopefully, if I get time. But, yeah, man, I would love to see Lucas Camporelli, maybe Harry Lemmy in there, and who else is there? Can't even think off the top of my head. But we'll see what happens on Thursday or Friday when the teams come out. But, yeah, like I said, man, I'll be going live, so stay tuned for the review. I'll be going straight after the game. It's a late one, I believe. Let me check. We've got, I think it's at, 5 o'clock? 5 or 6 o'clock? It is 5:10. So I'll probably go live about 8:45, I'd say. But yeah, man. Guys, if you're enjoying the show, smack that like button. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe. Click the bell on for all notifications. And yeah, follow me on all social medias, guys. The links are in the description. But yeah, man, tell me what you guys think in the comments about Jack Silvagni. Do you want him to stay? Do you want him to go? Do you think he'll go? What's going on? Where's his mental... where is his thinking at right now? That's what I want to know. It's a hard one, man. It'll be a hard pill to swallow if he goes. I don't think we'll see anything like it if he does. But it's looking very likely. So brace yourselves, man. He might be the most hated, most booed man in the league if this goes through. But we want Jack to stay. Hopefully he does. Graham Wright, do your thing, man. And let's see. Guys, I'll see you on either Friday or Sunday for the review, definitely. I'll try and drop a preview episode on Friday once the teams are selected. Guys, enjoy the rest of your week. I love you all. Thank you very much for supporting the show. And keep doing it. Do what I said. Subscribe, like, whatever. Shut up. Love you all. Adios. Good night. And subscribe, man.